Hi, Grandma Debbie here. So tonight for dinner, we're having chicken Divan. I think that's how you say it. Well, that's what we're having. And I'm getting it out of this cookbook. It's called Chicken Made Simple. I've made a couple things out of this cookbook. I actually got this cookbook at the dollar store. And I love it. I've made a couple things and they've been really tasty. So we're going to make this one tonight for dinner. And it's going to be tasty. All right, so I'm going to bring you along with me and we're going to get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to slice our chicken breast. Now I'm just using one breast. The recipe calls for two, but I'm just using one. Because the breast I'm using is huge. All right, I'm going to clean up this mess and then we're going to get going on to the next phase. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in a tablespoon of olive oil in our skillet. And then we're going to turn it on and heat this up. And then once this oil is heated, we're going to add in our chicken and we're going to cook our chicken for about 5 minutes. I think I might add just a tad bit more oil. I don't think that's going to be enough. So let me go get the oil. Okay, so the chicken is done. So we're going to go on to the next step. Okay, so we're going to add our chicken in the casserole dish. And don't worry if it's not finished cooking because it will continue to cook once we get it into the oven. Okay, now we're going to add in broccoli. You're going to add broccoli florets. And you're going to do about 2 cups or so. You just kind of want to spread them out all over. All right, so we got that done. And then we're going to add in Parmesan cheese, shredded Parmesan cheese. Now I'm using already shredded. It was kind of more of a cost thing than it was anything else. This was a little bit cheaper. And so I went this route. I don't generally like to do this, but that's okay. Okay, so we're just going to let this sit here for a moment. We're going to do the next step. Okay, so now we're going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter. And then once it's melted, we're going to add in flour. And you're going to whisk the flour. Okay, so that's melted. Now we're going to add in our flour. We're going to whisk it. I'm going to turn this down just a tad bit. We're going to whisk it until it's smooth. And then we're going to cook it for about 4 minutes. All right, now I'm going to add in cayenne, and I'm going to turn this off for a moment. Okay, now we're going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Oh, I'm going to turn this back on. All right, we're going to get this all mixed in. Then we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of chicken stock. And then we're going to add 2 cups of milk. Whoa. And we're going to add this in slowly. I'm going to turn this down just a tad bit, not that low. Okay. And then we're going to stir in the cheese. Now it calls for cheddar cheese, but I'm using Swiss cheese and cheddar cheese because that's what I had. So that's what I'm using. And it calls for 1.5 cups, but I'm doing a little more than 1.5 cups. I just wanted to use up the cheese that I already had. So we're going to bring this to a boil, and you're going to stir the whole time while it's coming to a boil. And then we're going to reduce it, and we're going to let it simmer for 5 minutes. Okay, you can feel the sauce thickening. So I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. And while it did not come to a boil per se, I mean, you can tell on the edge it is a little bit. I'm going to turn it down and let it simmer here for 5 minutes. Set the timer. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. So we're going to head over to the other side of the kitchen to finish it up. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pour this over the broccoli and the chicken. All right, so we got that done. And then we're going to take a half a cup of breadcrumbs, panko breadcrumbs, and we're just going to sprinkle them all over. Okay, and now this is going to go into the oven for 45 minutes. And I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay, so I got this out of the oven. I will tell you I had to cook it a little longer because I accidentally turned the stove off when I put it in. Don't ask me how I did it, but I did it. But this looks delicious. Now you can serve this with rice if you want, or you can serve it with noodles or more vegetables. It's up to you. I'm serving it as is because I figure there's enough in here that we don't need anything additional. But it looks good, smells delicious. Can't wait to dip into it. So I just want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I hope that you're having an amazing day and everything's going really well for you. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and hit the share button, and try this recipe. It was pretty simple, and I think that your family will like it. And as I was saying, you can serve this with any other kind of vegetables that you want, whatever you want to serve it with. It's up to you. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.